went about your reintroduction into modern society. For Herb, it's only been about a month in the underworld, which, it's not an insignificant time. And while the amount of time is probably like technically about a month for the other two, it's a little different, as it seemed like it was a lot longer. Indeed, there was a time when you were existing without time. So,
Yeah.
however long it was, is
I might have a better grasp,
it's not
but
really a thing. Yeah,
like
beyond our feeble comprehension.
like it hurts to think about it. So we were gone for a
Yeah,
while.
and the world you have come back to is different.
Yep. I
Technically, we're
mean,
still
you could
gone.
say we were gone for a spell.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was only
um,
out for a spell.
different in some ways for the better, and in some ways for the worse.
Yeah. Sorry.
Um, so you met Knave very shortly after you returned,
Yeah.
um, by sheer luck, of
Yep.
course.
It was complete
And
happenstance.
you had a conversation with him and Artemis, who had driven him out to the like closed coffee shop like patio that you guys were sitting at.
Yep.
Um,
That he knew we'd be at.
yep. So he gave you kind of a general update as to what the fates of the of your counterparts from the past. Um, the Dominus is MIA.
You like very MIA.
Yep, very MIA.
Yeah.
And you also talked about the situation with uh, Gray's condition.
Grey's Anatomy.
No, not his anatomy specific.
Oh.
Um, and basically the fact that you still share a soul with Knave, and in without like reality altering magic, two people can't really share the same soul, so it's kind of ripped in half in between the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
And Knave gave you the other half of your shared soul, in order for at least one of you to be functional in the next couple. Once the deterioration lead out gets worse,
Mm-hmm.
and then he deleted himself from time until such a point at which uh, you have the opportunity to
To
find another soul for him.
Yep. To fix that.
After giving you the Razor of Osiris, which is a artifact capable of uh, severing a soul from a body.
Right. Which I put in my bag.
Yep.
All right.
So,
I guess I don't need that.
yeah, Odine's bag of useful items.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of holy shit. I got a bag full of holy shit. Everything that you learn the description of is a holy shit.
Yes, indeed. So after that, you guys went to Herb's house and learned a little bit more about her. Uh, she gave you some cookies, and
that
Right.
were frozen.
yep, yep, frozen cookies,
Warmed up, of course, but
of course. And then you met her son in the morning, who is a coroner or undertaker or something like that.
I rolled embalmer.
Right. Yeah.
Bradley the embalmer.
Yeah. So something of a interesting young man.
I remember him.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
probably about the same age as Gray, actually.
he has a good handshake.
Yep.
Strong guy.
Yeah,
Runs in the family.
yeah.
Um, yeah, so you
Do I s-
briefly met him before you all kind of went your separate ways to attend to some personal business. Um, Gray, you went back and found Dawes and started uh, sleuthing your way back into his life
Yep.
by conning him a little bit.
Yep. Kind of how we met the first
Yep.
time. I
Just
I need something to be normal, and that's gonna
yep.
be a good.
You're taking the necessary steps to start over
Yep.
with your closest friend. And Amadine went to visit his wife Lily, who he had a short, heartbreaking conversation with.
Yep.
It was
Alright.
awful, but it was
That
amazing.
was so
Yeah,
sad.
in
Yeah.
which he didn't really know what he was going to do with it. I don't think. Um, but
I suggested
we
doing
saw her again.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, we'll see how Amadine deals with that in the future.
Yeah.
I think it's the most actual human emotion interjected into these games in a fucking forever.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah. Great.
Sorry, I don't remember.
Yep. Oh, like a knife. Like a whole set of steak knives
Yeah,
right to the heart.
that was pretty great.
Hmm.
Let's take a look at the map.
Yes, indeed. So
Do I-
I think going into this session, we're just kind of do similar thing. You guys kind of bouncing around to different places. I know there's a couple of things that you each individually want to do, so we can do those, and maybe some other things will come up along the way. And I think where we should start off is with Herb,
Okay.
because I believe Herb was going to go meet up with Jericho, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Do I still have arm rack?
Uh,
I don't.
well,
I feel
do you
like I
remember what
healed
that
it.
was from?
It was from the guard guy.
Oh,
He
yeah,
he like
I
wrecked my arms.
definitely healed that by now.
Okay.
All
So I'll
right.
delete that.
Yeah, so you
Like
are
take a bus.
oh well, so I think we discussed the bus doesn't go to Jericho's house.
Oh right.
Jericho lives in the middle of fucking nowhere.
You'd have to take a bus to the almost resemblance of somewhere to get to middle of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Well, I don't think I have a way to be invisible. Otherwise, I could just like grow wings.
Yeah, well, so I think we decided that you have some way of like contacting Jericho. Obviously not a cell phone because
Obviously.
I don't need to
It
explain
was
that.
like a candle that I would move or something like that.
Yeah, some kind of cryptic
It's like in his
series of
house.
actions in order for him to activate like a co-location between your house and his house. Because, he's a space mage, so
Right.
it's
He can
easy to
do
do.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to do that, you certainly can.
Right. I'll do the Morse code candle movement,
Okay.
whatever it is.
Um,
Yep. Don't forget to rotate the urn above the fireplace.
Right.
30.
Right.
yeah.
The very complex
Yeah. So
ritual.
this is kind of more in the afternoon. Once you are finished with your morning with is it Bradley that your son
Yep.
is? Okay.
That's Bradley. Yeah.
Yeah. And after you do the action and as punctual as always, you see kind of like near the mantle where this is set up. There's kind of like a shimmer through the air, like brief flickerings of like another room, sort of semi-transparent beyond, as it just kind of like uh, manifests in the air around you,
Cool.
and you just kind of like reach out and touch the intangible room, and with kind of a shimmer, it becomes the more tangible one, and your hand is resting on the sort of like worn wooden wall of Jericho's living room.
Nice.
And you kind of like step into the house. You hear the house kind of like creak and groan in greeting.
Creak and groan back.
Yeah.
like,
Like,
an old person, just creak and groan
Yeah.
in unison.
one of the like shutters just kind of like slaps up against the wall, just like
I'll like complete the melody or whatever.
yep.
Ridiculous old people.
Gotta say hi to everyone.
Um,
The house.
and
Mm-hmm. Gotta have a
As,
conversation with anything.
yeah, you don't see Jericho in the immediate area. From your experience, he tends to spend a lot of time in his basement, working on various things. His kind of main thing is crafting Goetia, as you might think, into various useful things, or just like experimenting or changing them in general. And kind of moving around the room. I mean, Jericho's place is pretty run down. You guys, in a different time and place,
Mhm.
got access to his house, and it looked like a super abandoned building. And even while occupied, it looks pretty much the same.
Because it kind of is
Wow.
super abandoned
Yeah.
all the time.
Maybe like a
Yeah.
couple decorations that I put up.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit nicer just because of your presence. But you've been gone for a month, so it's kind of like
True.
slid back down into his usual sort of not caring about his surroundings much. Um, so yeah, it appears as though wherever Jericho is, the his house extended or like activated the spell that links your two abodes. So he
Oh,
is
the house did it?
probably, yep,
Cool.
not actually like using the spell. It's just kind of like activate the effect.
Hmm.
It's a permanent effect.
That's cool.
Um, all right, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna just kind of?
Is there a way to like announce my presence so I don't like startle him? Or does it
you
let him
imagine
know?
that he, if he's in, he is aware of your at this point.
Okay, well, I'll let him finish whatever he's doing, and I'll just kind of go around and clean up. Like,
Okay, sounds
make
good.
it a little more homey.
Yeah, about 10 minutes go by, and you hear kind of like a clattering as Jericho kind of staggers up the stairs a little bit. He looks like his legs are maybe a little bit asleep. He's been sitting down for a long period of time. But he says, "Ah, you're back.
Hello.
Good. Welcome back."
Thank you. Glad to be back. I'll go over and give him a hug.
He kind of like moves over and like grabs your shoulders and like holds you at arm's length for a second as he
To make
just kind
sure.
of like studies you
Yeah, that's
to make
fair.
sure that you're you. And after
As-
that,
Can I, as we hug, can I give him the feeling of a full night's rest?
sure.
Okay. It's a lot of dice. Can I just succeed?
Just
Okay, I'll roll
just
my
roll your
12
Yeah,
dice or
it's-
whatever.
roll a
Roll
handful
a
of
handful,
dice
that's
if
what I
you get
do.
success.
Just roll a handful. If you need to keep rolling, then keep rolling. Oh.
Probably like
Yeah,
a handful.
I have a great success.
Yeah.
So
All right. Yeah, he's
Hey,
like,
but
"Oh,
I get some-
thank you."
I'll get my mana and willpower back.
Hey, there you
Nice.
Best hug ever.
Yeah.
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 go.
It's good for everybody. Everyone needs a good hug now and then.
Yes. So he hugs you back after assuring that you are who you seem to be,
Right.
and
I'm like receptive to a mind scan if that's something he normally does, so I don't try to like block it or anything.
okay.
Hey, this
Yeah. I mean, like he mostly just uses like less intrusive ways to identify.
Cool.
It's easy enough to read your sympathetic links and know that you are you.
Perfect. And I don't check, but I'm assuming he's him.
One can assume. So he says, "Good, back. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Did you find what you were looking?"
I did, and I'll take out the action figure.
He kind of like leans over to like look into its eyes and says, "Ah, good. That's
Yeah.
important piece."
So that step's done.
One of the hardest steps, I think. The rest, well, we have the ability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's body, mind, and spirit.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can make a body, right?
Yes, yes. Well, you can. I can do it.
Yes, but you can make the mind,
Yes, of course.
and then we have the spirit. So
All the pieces. Perfect.
all the pieces. Do you think we could ever get a soul for him? Is that
Well, I mean, personally, I think they're overrated, but
maybe someday
well, yes.
if the need
I think your
arises?
grandson, well, this will be. He might not be exactly the same as he was before, but I think it would be somewhat strange if he wasn't
Right.
a little
That's
bit
fair.
different, you know.
Yeah.
But I am an excellent crafter of minds.
Yes, you are.
I'm sure he'll be.
Do you want to like scan the memories I have of him to help?
That
Would
would
that
probably
be-
be good. Yes, certainly.
Okay.
When do you want to? We should. I think it is best that we do this all at once. When do you want to do it?
I can do it whenever. It's up to you. When are you available?
So I'm gonna set things aside, but I think that it is best to do this in the best way possible. I'm guessing that it would be best if he was at your house. We do it, yes.
Yeah. Somewhere familiar.
I have not exactly the most friendly, child-friendly place of living.
That is very true.
Yes, indeed. But so yes, your. I will need a little bit of time to prepare. I think. Just get things in order. Tomorrow or the next day, perhaps.
Sure. That sounds good. Do you want to watch a movie?
Movie.
Or some MMA fighting?
Oh yes. Well. Sure. I was just
Sure.
Or
entering.
how about you show me what you've been working on?
Well, I've been in the. Sorry. I've been in the astral recently, looking inwards into the Godia of Myoneros.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
Well, they're a little bit paranoid. But they don't trust me somehow, even though they're part of my own mind.
Once they get to know you, they will.
Yes. I haven't dabbled much in that, so I prefer to craft things from the outside, but you know, you can only really trust yourself.
And each other. And I'll rest a hand on his shoulder or arm or whatever.
He's like, to some extent, certainly, at least for you. But that's, well, me valuable, but must be careful. How is the underworld?
It was fine.
As
I
good as
met
I
some
remember.
people. I met some new people that are apparently the best goddamn time wizard in the world, and
Suspicious.
Suspicious. From him?
I mean self-proclaimed, and his name's Gray. And then I met someone named Amadine, who is a prime wizard. Who I don't remember what they're called. You know, the ones that
Gray
do
and
prime.
Abbott. I am not familiar with these. They are mages. Where
Yeah, well,
from? Are they here? Are they around? Are they in
They-
the city?
they are in the city, but they're not from here. They're from, well, they are from here, but they're not.
That's a
It's
fun
Like
story.
turns and raises his eyebrows.
They're from like a different dimension or something. They got like kicked out of it after they killed Hitler, or I don't know. They talked about Hitler a lot. It was hard to keep track of everything.
How very odd.
But they said they're not like Nazis or anything like that.
They're not like
Well,
Nazis.
that's what a Nazi would say.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, Gad.
I love it.
But the Gray, he helped me. He like rewrote a rule of the underworld so that I could take Jonathan out without having to deal with the angry guard guy.
Well, that powerful then.
Yes.
Powerful means dangerous. It would be careful.
Well, they were friends with Knave. Knave knew them.
Oh, him. Well, he makes friends with just about anyone he comes across. You know,
Yeah,
I would
it's-
say about at least half of the people he says are his friends have tried to kill him on one instance or another.
Perhaps not the best judge of character.
Yes, that's what I think at least. And yeah, well, you know, I am an excellent judge of character.
Yes, I do.
Well,
I lost a few fingers.
Oh,
And
well,
I'll
are you going
hold
to grow
my
them
hands
back?
up. Maybe. I don't know if I need them.
Well, a little bit of minor body uh, mangling is no harm, no foul.
Yeah, it's kind of like a nice testament of what I would do for my grandson. I think.
Indeed, I like it. Yes, it's suitable.
Yeah.
Suits your crazy
I guess-
ass.
Jericho, I don't remember if I ever described what he looks like.
Was there a
Or
picture?
I
of him?
probably did, but I do have a picture of him. I don't know if I shared it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've never well, let's see, no, we have.
Yeah, so one of his notable characteristics is that he does have like a pentagram carved into his chest.
Oh,
Ooh,
Um,
hot.
some kind of ritual or whatnot that he did in times past.
Nice.
Cool.
He looks a little bit more like wiry and gaunt than this picture.
where's this picture?
Discord.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's him.
Nice.
It's like a younger him.
Yeah.
I'll kind of
Yeah.
like go through and as we talk, I'll like straighten his eyebrows a little bit, and if he has food in his beard,
His
I'll
bushy
I'll
eyebrow.
take it out. Yeah, like just kind of tend him because he doesn't.
Kind of comb his hair a little bit with your hand.
Yep, where you like kind of like lick your fingers and like pat down the parts that stay and stand up.
Yep. Yeah, so you guys talk about that. Jericho says, to kind of wrap up that conversation, he says, well, if you intend on interacting with these mysterious otherworldly people again, then I would most certainly like to meet. They seem curious, but also potentially devious.
Absolutely, I can make a nice dinner for all of us. What would
That's
you like
pretty
to
much
eat?
Jericho's way of saying, like, these seem like interesting people I'd like to meet.
Right.
Curious but devious is how he describes most strangers.
But yeah, I'll so we can like plan maybe tomorrow, because they kind of know what I'm trying to do too. I don't know. I mean, not all the specifics, but they helped with.
For
Parts of
or
it,
after
they
we
like it.
perform a ritual to resurrect your dead grandson.
Well, do you? It would probably be helpful to have them assist if they're willing.
They could
Could-
interfere
Hmm.
at the worst possible time. Seems unwise to invite these
Unknown.
unknown strangers at a
That's fair.
critical juncture in your quest.
That's a good point. Okay, so maybe after.
Perhaps after.
Yeah, I'll make your favorite.
That's why your
And then-
grandson can flow.
Exactly, and I'll make Jonathan's favorite.
Nice. Yes. Oh my god, this sounds like the most creepy introduction. But yeah, Jericho's on board.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what time is it right now?
Like mid to early afternoon, I'd say.
Okay. Well, assuming he doesn't need to go into some other plane of existence, I'll just kind of spend the rest of the day there, tidying. I'll make dinner, spend some time together, get caught up, all that. All that good stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to invite them to dinner. Can I write notes and then transform them into birds and have the birds find them?
I knew you were gonna say birds.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's kind of like an I don't know. Can you?
I mean, I have
as-
transform life where I can like change. I can even like, or I could do create life. I could take a note and create it.
Okay, I mean, I do have to say, you are literally creating life to duplicate basically a text message.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's because she comes from carrion pigeon days. Or the messenger
Less
pigeon.
efficient text message.
Yep, from...
well, I have a phone, right? I must have.
You
a
do
phone.
have a phone, yeah.
Okay,
But you don't know
I
how to
suppose I
use
can-
it.
Yeah, well, I can.
Your son
kind of-
insisted that you have a phone because he doesn't have magic to contact you.
Yep.
Yes.
And he's tired of cleaning up after these fucking letters. Yeah.
That's fair.
Like,
Pooping all
Mom,
over the place.
you sent me a letter like a week ago.
Well, I sent you a bird that turned into a letter.
That's worse, Mom.
Well, I think it's pretty snazzy. But fine. So I'll like have my cheaters,
Yep.
and my glasses,
Yep.
even though I could just improve my eyes if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'll like hold the phone far away.
What
and
kind
then,
of
like,
phone do you have?
You're a
Just a
stubborn
flip
old
phone.
lady. You're a stubborn.
Goddamn jitterbug.
You are a stubborn
But you
old
know
lady.
what? I'll have an iPad that connects to Wi-Fi, and then I can text on it. Because then I can use it to watch MMA fights and play
Yes.
Scrabble
The
and,
Wi-Fi.
and Wheel of Fortune. Yep. So it connects to the Wi-Fi.
Yep.
And I'll often hold it upside down, but it'll like adjust the screen, so it still works. But anyone who's good with technology can see that I'm holding it upside down.
Mm.
Right, right.
The inspiration for this is from my own grandmother.
There's some very specific characteristics here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the text will be like, "Hey, how's it going? ... I hope you're doing well. ... I'd like to invite you to dinner tomorrow evening. ...
Ellipses.
Yeah, it's also inspiration from my grandmother. It sounds like she
Right.
just has a bunch of dramatic pauses, or she just ran up a flight of stairs when you're reading it.
Yeah. Well, and each one of these is a separate text message, right?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
naturally.
And then maybe like a overly political article that I was reading that I thought was interesting. I'll send that too.
Overly political. Huh?
Yeah, like the kind that grandmothers share on Facebook that they shouldn't.
Oh no.
Like those ones.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're just settling back in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys received those messages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What? Sorry. What was the last? What was the point of all that? Sorry.
Oh, I invited you to dinner and asked how you guys were doing, and if you needed anything. That also, like, can I help? And
Yep.
you need help.
Yep. And an article linking to how MMA fighters being independent contractors actually benefits the sport.
Oh.
And
Yeah, that works. And how the government's trying to take away the freedom of the MMA fighters.
yeah.
Truly the most repressed demographic.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways.
Something that probably just makes Samuel cringe when he sees it, being a professor. Like,
I'd text Amadine. You going?
It'll probably be a while before Sam responds to either of those.
Yeah, at this point he's like walking through the desert basically. I mean, you know, it's New Mexico, so if you're anywhere, you're pretty much in the desert.
Yeah.
You're like walking away from your or you're probably like walking around the area of where your house is.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you went to go looking for changelings.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in like a bit.
Okay, yeah.
First, though, yeah, just some alone time in the desert sounds good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Mostly thinking about like we didn't actually win. This isn't home.
Oh, you're bringing me down, man.
listening to some sad music,
uh,
slowly
no.
skipping rocks.
And yeah, there's not like actually a very secluded area anywhere here. What the heck is Forlorn Hope?
That's what you have right now.
On the map?
Yeah,
It's called Forlorn.
yeah, it's not that far from my house actually.
See, that's why you were destined for this, because you live next to that place.
It's an orange at the crisscross of two purple ley lines.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I don't know.
Alright. Well, anyway.
Why did you build your house there?
That's the that realm that you went to where you found Jericho.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. And it's a cross of death and memory.
Yeah.
God damn. Alright, well, we're going to head that direction, just not on purpose, but because...
It calls to you?
The powers that be draw. So that is 4 miles away, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're literally just walking out into the desert. I mean, you're a forces mage, so you don't give a fuck about the environment.
Yeah, no, it's true. And honestly, Sam's going to have a little bit of a hard time containing himself, and he's probably going to flare his Nimbus a bunch and throw some things around on his head.
Okay. Yep. So as you walk, like
angry, tough man.
You kind of like glance behind you after you walk a little ways, and you see that your footprints in the sand
Mm-hmm.
have turned the sand black.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sand that you've tread on is black, and it's like a little sort of ferromagnetic sand instead
Right.
of normal sand now.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to be going away either. And as you're kind of like walking through, you feel kind of like a pulsing, rhythmic pulsing sensation coming from your bag. Kind of look in and you see the crystal heart just kind of slowly beating with power.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I want you to go ahead and give me a roll here. Let's see. Straight Gnosis.
Okay. Gnosis. Yes. Two successes.
Okay. You find yourself kind of like gazing into the crystalline depths of this heart-shaped lump of material.
Mm-hmm.
And it is you see the little like the flaws and the fractures inside of the crystal they're vaguely like familiar. And as you kind of like you are trying to remember where you've seen them before. There's a whole bunch of them. They are a pattern. which is from you just feel that it is a very important pattern that these fragments are kind of like a it has to communicate something. You hadn't noticed them before, but you haven't really had a good chance to like study this thing for
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, even with no time, we were still somehow very busy.
Yeah. So you just kind of like examine that as you walk across the rocky, arid
You were shooting.
lands of north of Santa Fe.
Floating it before me, staring at it, and then just
Yeah.
like casually destroying the side of the trail I'm walking on.
Right.
Yeah.
As you get kind of closer to the ley line node, which you are kind of almost subconsciously drawn to, the sun gets lower in the sky, and first stars begin to flicker, or I mean, Venus, planets, of course.
Mm-hmm.
With you being so far away from civilization, you can see the stars come out a lot earlier, and find yourself kind of standing atop a hill, and you rotate the heart in such a way that it's almost like something clicks in your head, and gazing up into the sky and looking into the depths of this heart, you see similarities. And I mean, you're no astrologist, but you kind of like seem to have a feel for this on a more spiritual level.
Yeah.
And
like inside and outside are the same.
yes, as
Yeah.
above, so below.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you see this like network of constellations mapped out in the flaws of this crystal heart, and so much to think about and discover with its depths.
Mm-hmm.
A void as infinite as the universe itself.
Excellent.
You do eventually get to the ley line node, which, after looking around, you recognize the cave with the like pool of water that goes between realities in it.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll go in the cave and hang out for a half hour or so.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
after that,
there is no hallow in this cave, but you do remember there was a door, one of the 5 seals, within this place, which Upon entering, you look to the wall and you see that it is bare, not touched.
Yes.
And the pool of dark water in the middle, with fathomless depth, lies before you, still quiet.
See here. When we were here before, I believe we had just jumped into the pool to escape a monster that was attacking us from the door.
Yep,
Something like that.
nasty abyssal creatures.
Um, well, tempting as it is to just leap into the pool and leave. At this point, I guess we will allow our better sense to return. And, yeah.
Yeah, you stand at the edge of the pool and you look down and remember that this is a place where hopes and dreams go to die.
Dear lies,
Where ideas go to die.
Yeah.
And maybe, you decide not to go down that road.
No. Yep.
It's probably not the best place for you at this moment.
No. Goodness. No, if there's one hope and dream we're not gonna let die, it's Lily. Alright. Yeah, so I'll pocket the heart, leave the cave, and go see about some changelings.
All right. Just gonna jump over to Gray real quick as night falls. You spent your afternoon kind of trying to reconnect with Dawes.
Yep.
But eventually the time comes where it would be weird if you continued to tag along with him. Gotta space it out, you know.
Oh, right. Can't just keep doing that.
Yep.
That's a slow burn.
Yep. So once you're done talking to him, where do you go?
Yeah, I'll probably just go get acclimated with the city again. See if I kind of notice the small changes, and then maybe even just go to the I can't think of it now. The Adamantine Arrow. 'Cause
Okay.
it's like kind of the one, like it was Knave's place. Like he, was definitely there, and people respected him. So I figure, if anything, I can, get a little bit of not a huge sense of out of place if I go there.
Right. So you kind of like wander around and you kind of find your way over towards the the gym that they were hanging out with, or where they were hanging out when you were initiated.
Yep.
Walking in, it's later in the evening, but there's still some people there. As you enter, however, you kind of look around. You don't see any familiar faces. And you kind of realize that all of the Adamantine Arrow people that you knew, I mean, they're all from Albuquerque and in the Santa Fe because of like the war that was going on, basically.
Yep.
So you're not exactly sure if they have a hangout here, Other than, of course, the watchtower, which is, from what you have heard, the kind of pentacle outpost here in Santa Fe.
So, I guess I ask him for Artemis. Was that who it was?
Artemis was a
Was that my handler?
yeah Artemis. Yeah,
Or like my one up, or you know.
yeah, and you met her in this time as well
Yep.
with Nave.
Yep.
She said it would be a night ago that she would kind of contact the Pentacle and let them know that Nave vouches for you, as he
Yeah.
said.
So, anyone know where Nave hung out? Like, did he have an office? Did he have a spot? Did he have his place? Did he have a
Well, I mean, you have with you a letter that is the title to a property, which you presumably, or one might infer, he stayed at
Oh, all right.
the Forestry Museum.
Okay. I was just wondering if he had any like if he had a place in the, like within the, I guess, tower or something. You know what I mean? Like in the guild hall, basically.
You do not know.
Yep.
Maybe. You're also not at the Watchtower, though.
Right. All right. Well, city hasn't changed much. Don't want to bother Daz too much. I'll head out there.
You're gonna head out to the Watchtower?
To the
Or to the...
history museum, the
Okay.
forestry museum.
Good. All right. How are you gonna get there? You're just gonna walk?
Damn it. I guess I'll text Cash again.
Oh, yes.
See what's up.
You do not get a response.
I look up into the news and stuff and see what he's working on.
Apparently he's working on kind of like a little bit of a departure from his normal kind of movie. More of like a James Bond thriller kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of a departure from the Western theme.
Yep. Is it? Where's it shooting?
Hawaii.
That dirty bastard. He's in Hawaii.
Yep.
I gotta. All right. Hey, I had a different text. When you're done dicking around in Hawaii, give me a ring. I need a space trainer. And then that's it.
All right.
Then I head out to the museum, and I'll go rent a car. And by
Okay.
now, how
With
the
what?
hell? Yep.
what
Now,
money?
now by that, I will. Have I made any money with Daz by hanging out and running scams and stuff? Can I roll
I
for
mean,
that?
you made a handful of cash, I guess.
Yeah. All right. They don't accept cash at rental.
No, and you need to have like insurance and stuff,
Yeah.
and like proof of identification, which you don't have that either.
Man, I don't have any of that here.
You don't exist
You know what,
according
though?
to the system.
All right. You know what? Then I know what I'm doing for the day. I am going to start existing. I am the best forger, and this is actually what I used to do. This is my life of crime before I came here, coming back into action. I'm going to rewrite my identity, or my existence in this place, in this timeline.
Yep. Force yourself back into the world.
Yep. This is mine.
Okay,
I've
well,
always
you
belonged here.
probably want to find some place besides the streets to start doing that.
Yep.
And have like, yeah.
So can I use
a
like
few more?
my whatever is it? I don't even know what the skill would be called because it's something with having to do with streets. I don't think it's streetwise, but what is it? Oh, it is streetwise. Some bitch. Look at that. To like basically find some like old criminal contacts that might not really be run by the same guys, but maybe in the same business or area. Like instead of the guy it was, and now it's his fucking cousin or something.
Right. Yeah, to try and like establish connections.
Yep.
Sure.
All right, and I've got
Be a good first step.
I've got 3 tabs of miracle to help smooth that
Okay.
along.
One thing, yeah. So what I will say is, yeah, you could certainly
Actually,
reestablish yourself in that way. It will definitely be like an extended
Mhm.
task to do. This is a good first step, though.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me a wits and streetwise roll.
All right. Wits and what? Streetwise?
Yep.
All right. That is 2 and 4. 2 and 4, I think. My stuff is still all messed up. Yep, 2 and 4. Like, all vertical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
I like you. 2 10s and an 8. All right, and that's where it stays.
All right. 3 successes.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, you spend several hours walking the walk and talking the talk. You find that a lot of your contacts are unchanged. The people who were there are still there.
Yep.
One thing I would say that you notice quite a bit at this point is that the unawakened world is pretty much the same as you remember it.
Yeah, okay, easy. That's an easy thing to get back into then.
Yep. With the notable thing of you being absent from it.
I'm the new kid in town again.
Yep. So you can definitely with your successes you definitely make contact with a couple of people. One thing I will say is that generally establishing such relationships requires some kind of transaction.
Yep.
You don't have that much in the way of cash right now.
Nope.
What
I have skills.
what are you doing to
skills and
establish?
promises? Skills, promises, and maybe some magic. Let's see. What did I? I'm just looking at my character sheet to see what I have. I have a diamond drill bit. Funny. Alright. I will say that I'm useful. I need to make the contacts, and if I need to kind of prove myself, show me who I got to do that to, kind of thing.
Okay.
Because then I show them here's all the cash I was dumped in the city with, kind of thing. Starting fresh.
So you're just kind of wheeling and dealing, making promises, and
Yep, I'm starting fresh. New kid, new guy in town, but pretty much all the confidence in the world. You'd be a fool.
Sure.
You'd be a fool not to get me on ground level. I was king of New
Yeah.
York and London and all that. Fucking Santa Fe. Fucking